Agile Base uses the classic concept of roles to help you control the access users have to the system you're building. A classic metaphor would be the manager of an office has the keys to the building, whilst the staff do not. The person acting as the manager may change over time, but the permission and privileges, in this case having the keys, does not. So for our scenario of a basic CRM, we model the simple situation that all users will need to access contact information, but only some users will log tasks. Similarly, only some users will access sales opportunities. So we're going to start by creating a role called Orgs and Contacts. So switch it to development mode, click on Roles, and we're going to be adding a new role. So call this Orgs and Contacts and click Create. Now click on the list of privileges. So, as you can see, this shows you a list of all the tables in the system. Now, we want users with this role to be able to read and, importantly, write any organisation info. So we're going to set the radio button Edit on organisations, sites and contacts. Now we're going to look at members. We can give this permission to all of our users. Let's now do the same for the people who need access to tasks. Press Add Role and name it Task Users. So we'll start by looking at the privileges list and give Edit access to the one table. So now we've set the radio button Edit on the task table, we can now look at members and give this permission to the few users that we want. Now, what if we want people to see task information but not to create and edit them? For example, a line manager. So to do this, we're going to add a role and name it Task Reader. If you then go to Privileges, we can choose the View option for these type of users. Go to Members and give the permission to people who do not have Task User. It's obviously a very similar job to create a role for those users who are involved in sales. So we're now going to demo creating the sales role and setting the radio option Edit on the one table. So let's now look at this from a user perspective. So if we go to the list of all our users, and let's have a look at our head salesman's user record. If we then click on roles, we can see that that person is missing the sales role, so we can simply tick it. Sometimes it's useful to see an individual's permissions. This can be done by looking at the Privileges tab on their user record. Perhaps more useful is ensuring that they have the tile to access the functionality. So if you click on tiles, you can see that Diane doesn't have our sales opportunity tile. So let's give it to her and show all as her default view. We'll also do this for CRM and tasks.